Hey, baby, everybody, baby, don't get stuck on me, because I'll just kiss you and let. How's that go?
It'll be after the fight, though.
You got me so screwed up.
What are you smoking over there?
Anyway, this is the Coon Prairie Ramblers here. We're still in the studio here.
Hadn't been kicked out yet.
We paid the bills, and so we're ready to go.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk. Oh, this is the F-bomb.
This is the infamous F-bomb. My goodness.
Have mercy. Take a big
Y'all ready for it to fall?
I'm ready.
Woo-hoo.
All right, well, let's kick it off. Here
Get a deep seat and a faraway look.
Here we go.
Oh, the decibels killing. Yeah. Lord have mercy.
I hope that didn't hit Guam.
Jump back, Daddy
They'll be
Rabbit.
scared.
Yeah.
They'll be shaking.
The F-bomb just hit
We
Guam.
need an F-bomb.
And we got Jung Kim or Kim Jong-il killed because of what we did.
Yeah.
That'd be all right with me. I'll take credit for that.
Yeah.
What is our F-bomb today, Brother Kenneth?
Well, we've been talking about talking,
Yeah.
and we don't want to quit talking about talking.
Yeah.
We never do.
So we're going to talk about what we would talk about if we had the world as our audience right now.
Yeah.
If the world could hear what we had to say, what would we share? What would be your words of wisdom? I can see the gears. I see the smoke coming out of Mel's ears.
Smoking. I got to let it loose.
He's got one. He's ready.
Yeah.
Come on with it, Mel. Come on, brother. Talk to us.
In perfect harmony.
Good luck on that one. That was
Well,
trying.
one problem. Well, I don't know music too well.
You heard some of the people I know that sing.
I've already told you I can't sing in harmony, so I'd be that one person gets left out.
Yeah. The bad thing is when I sing with my wife, she can't sing harmony either, so I have to sing harmony. I'm thinking, why can't you sing harmony once?
Yeah, that'd be pretty. But you don't throw her off when you do that?
No. Actually, she is starting to learn how to sing harmony anyway. But that's we're digressing from the
I know it. And you did it.
If you could speak to the world and give them a message.
Everybody listening.
Where did the Seekers come up with teaching the world to sing in perfect harmony?
Coca-Cola
Because
commercial.
Coca-Cola paid them.
Coca-Cola.
They paid them to.
Oh, man.
It was the Hillside Singers.
Coca-Cola made a lot of money, but the world didn't sing in perfect harmony, for sure.
They're too busy drinking Coke.
Yeah.
But if the world stopped turning just for a moment and got completely silent, and all 8 billion eyes and
it's up to
16 billion ears were on you at one time, and you took a deep breath and you said, help me.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
That's a little generic, but
okay.
Yeah, you're just singing a song.
Are you vying for Miss America or what?
Well, I'm
That's
trying,
what they always want.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying.
Who came up with this question?
Yeah, that was Casey.
Well, no, I think it was all of it. I think it was a concerted effort.
Yeah.
So we need to start. We need to start concerting right now.
We conspired, but not with the Russians.
I tell you what I would tell them.
Yeah.
Oh, he knows his.
I'd say the same thing I tell my grandchildren.
Yeah, your grandchildren.
Teach your
I
children
would
well.
say you are faced with choices every day of your life, and the choices you make can affect you positively, or they can affect you negatively. They can affect you for the rest of your life. It can be something minute that doesn't make any difference, but there can be choices that if you make the wrong choice, that it can hurt you. And then you can make the right choice and do the right thing, and it can help you. And it'll strengthen you for the next day to make another right choice, and on and on and on. But I just think that so many people...
They'll be listening to you?
Oh, well,
if you got the world's attention,
I preach it to them all the time. And
Yeah.
I'm talking about my grandchildren. I talk to them all the time about it. I said, it's all about choices. I mean, you get to school, and some kid says, hey, you want to smoke a joint with me? Well, you're faced with a very important choice right there.
That's true.
And it's hard just to say no or yes, because your mind's going around and around and around. I want to be popular. I want to be in with the in crowd. I want to do things, but it's not right. So, so be prepared ahead of time and know what choices you need to make. And, or, if you go to a bar and you're drinking, you need to decide, what you're going to do when you get time to leave. And if you've had too much to drink, call a taxi cab. Make your choices ahead of time. Don't wait till the last minute. I mean, sometimes things bum rush us and we don't have a time to think. But think things out a little bit. And the choices also sometimes have to do with other people. And just because somebody looks different than you or talks different than you, and I know I'm one of the people that talk different than most people, don't assume that they're just like you or hate you or wish ill will toward you. Get to know people. Get to understand other people. Don't just assume that everybody wants to kill you or hurt you. Just, give somebody a chance to find out what they're really about. That's what one of my things I would tell the world.
Huh. That's what I was going to say.
Now you got a choice to make a different one.
You're right. What was I thinking? I was thinking of one a while ago. You got one, Bill?
Yeah. I would say to the world, folks, fellow human beings, would somebody go do something about that guy over in North Korea? Will somebody take care of that
He's
guy?
going to be listening to you, too, and all of a sudden a nuke's coming your way.
Yeah.
You said that. He's got his finger on the button.
It makes me wonder, what did his daddy tell him? What kind of advice did his daddy give him that he would be such a bully?
I don't know. You see that meme of him digging with a shovel? Saying, "Wake up, Daddy, we in deep doo-doo." He's got a shovel. There's a picture of him digging.
Yeah.
If I had to tell the world something, I think I would say, let's try this for a week or a month or something. Promise me you'll do this, and if it doesn't work, go back to doing whatever you're doing or whatever. Let's all look at our family, our neighbors, our friends, our coworkers, and just let the circle keep getting bigger and bigger. The people we know around town, people we know in the county, people throughout the state, throughout the country, around the world, whatever. Look at each of them and the relationship you have with them one-on-one, ever how distant it is or whatever. Listen to one another, and you speak your piece, they speak their piece, and instead of focusing on the differences, let's start with our commonalities. What do we share? Let's start on that. Let's talk about that and build a foundation for their one-on-one relationship, and then go from there. Let's focus on what we have in common. And then as friends, we can work on the differences.
That's something that they have to learn. You have to have a bringing up.
It's a learned behavior.
Because a lot of people you can tell them that, and they would say, well,
yeah,
okay,
but
I'm going to give you a piece of my mind.
Well,
don't want to hear what
hatred
you
is
want to say.
learned. Hatred is learned.
Yeah.
You're not born hating anybody in this world.
No.
You're not born looking at somebody and saying, well, they're too dark.
Yeah, they're different
Or
from
they're
me.
red-skinned, or they don't speak like I speak.
They're different
And you don't
sex,
hate them for
they're
that.
short, they're tall.
Somebody had to teach you that. Now, that other person could have taught you that. You could have been slighted or hurt by somebody of a different color or a different nationality or race or religion or something, and then you
start categorizing.
You have let that fester.
You said, well, they must all be like that.
That's the way they are, right?
That's right.
And that's just
how they are.
You can't. And people nowadays, a lot of people, all those cops are rotten. All the cops are.
They just want to eat donuts.
Because one cop might have done something, and you don't even know. You're jumping on a bandwagon a lot of times. People are jumping on a bandwagon because Joe Blow said that, that cop pulled me over and gave me the once over, and it was all because I was a Native American. And let's all get them. They're all that way. They all hate us, but it's not that way.
Yeah.
Don't categorize.
Pigeonhole
Don't
people.
pigeonhole and categorize everybody over the actions of maybe one or two or even a small group of people.
You base it on that. You're asking.
Base it on
you can't be happy if you do that.
What you know.
If you're like that, anyway, you can't be happy.
Get a little education about certain things.
Well, and then there's another problem: education. Good educated, bad educated. We've either been good educated or bad educated.
That's something that's been going on for thousands of years.
Well, life is all around you. Life is educating you every minute of the day if you pay attention. And your best bet is to learn from it and then move on. Learn not so much what you should do, but learn what you should not be doing too.
I've always thought that the best thing that you can be taught is how to think. How
Think
to
for yourself.
yourself.
That's right.
How to learn something for yourself. And I'm not like a great teacher or anything, but I throw things out on Facebook, And I know that there's a lot of people that aren't going to understand maybe a certain word or something.
Right.
And I'm hoping, well, you'll look it up. I'll never forget it. When I was a kid, that's, we had Encyclopedia Britannica, and we had, this was before.
Looked that up when you were funkin' Wagnalls.
Yeah, we had dictionaries and everything else.
Webster.
I'd go ask Mom and Dad, what did mendacious mean? And they'd say, well, why don't you go look it up in the dictionary?
Yeah, instead of
So
telling
I'd
you.
go look it up in the dictionary, and if I looked it up and then I tried to use it, or I did use it, that usually word becomes my word. I know that word.
That's exactly right.
And I hope sometimes that people will learn more words that way, but there's always somebody that's got to go, he meant liar.
Exactly. Or some people like to use big $5 words just to impress you, to show off their
I
vocabulary.
usually do it. When I do it, it's usually to make somebody think.
Yeah, and in a fun way, not a condescending way.
That's one reason I like puns.
Yeah.
Puns, usually, they make you think.
You can learn something from them. That's exactly
And
right.
learn and laugh.
Yeah. Roger.
Life's too short. You gotta.
But I tell you what, I grew up in a time when the teachers were pretty much just stoic, and there wasn't a lot of playing.
They're
and
stereotyped.
they didn't,
Yeah, school marms.
Right. I mean, I had some good ones. Don't get me wrong.
Same here.
But I love the way some of these teachers teach nowadays, with dressed up like Benjamin Franklin, and
They have fun with it. They make learning fun. And
Yeah,
if
and that's-
you capture their attention.
and that's a part of it. And you're making that person think. They're seeing Benjamin
They're
Franklin.
using their
as a person.
imagination more.
Yeah, exactly. That's the same thing with when you're reading a book. I guess everybody else does it, but when I'm reading a book and I really get into it, I see those people.
Oh, you can see it. You can
I know them. I
hear
know
the
their
sounds.
I know how
the
they
voices.
sound. I know what they look like.
What they smell
I know
like.
how they react and everything else. So
That's the
I
only way to
think
do
just
that.
learning how to think, and if everybody in the world would learn how to think for themselves and not because of what somebody else told them.
There's too many people that are easily led around by the nose or by the whatever. Because if you let somebody do all your thinking for you, pretty soon the words you're saying are their words, not your own
Right,
words.
exactly. And that's what's going on a lot in the world today.
Yeah.
And that's why people are so easily led by the media or by whatever they choose to be led by.
A lot of time we tend to believe what we want to believe.
Well, the people that are led will always be with us.
That's right.
Before. I mean, they'll.
There'll be plenty of lemmings running off that cliff.
We're going to always have that.
All right, brothers. We done talked our way out of this whole thing. We're going to have to get out of here till next week. See you next time. But what is our frequency, Kenneth?
1480 AM, and for your information, that is amplitude modulation on your radio dial, WFLN, Arcadia's news and information station.
Said I.